Howdy. So this is a halfway update of my hike of the GR11. I am around 450 kilometers into this 820 kilometer through hike. Right now I'm in a little village called Espot. It's in Catalonia, so I've just recently crossed over the border from Aragon into Catalonia, which is my home state, so it's really nice to be back. It feels like I am basically finished the trip already because I'm in familiar territory. I have familiar sounds with the language, familiar food and everything, so everything's going really well so far. In this video I'm going to go through my usual mind, body, gear experiences and just let you know what's going well, what's working and what's not. So far everything's going absolutely fantastic. In terms of my gear, there are just a few little things that I would change. I kind of wish I went a little bit lighter. My camera gear is definitely weighing me down quite a bit. My tripod is 1.2 kilos, so I really notice it when I'm carrying my tripod in my hand. My backpack feels so light. I'm basically able to run when I'm carrying my tripod, and I'm very comfortable, you know, running with that 10 kilo. I wouldn't say very comfortable, but I can do it, you know, for bursts of like 1 kilometer when I really want to get some more miles done. In terms of the tent, up until recently I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to really be able to test it out because it hasn't rained until 2 nights ago. And the last 2 nights has rained and the tent does fantastic. It is silicon sealed, I believe, and it's 20 denier, I think, which is plenty. I mean, it's very, very light, and I haven't experienced getting wet in a tent yet. There is a little bit of, you know, that standard dew that you get when you are within a tent and you lean up against the wall and you get a little bit of dew, but I think that happens in pretty much every tent. My shoes are doing really well. I posted excuse me, I posted something on Instagram where I showed a brand new pair of shoes. I went into a store and compared them with mine with 420 kilometers versus the brand new one, and it definitely has lost some tread. I'm a little bit concerned that I'll have absolutely no tread by the time I get to the end of this trip. I wasn't expecting this shoe to be a one-trip shoe. I kind of bought it because I thought it would outlast an Ultra, and so far I mean, I've never had a pair of Ultras, so I can't really compare those yet, but perhaps I will in the future. In terms of my jacket, I'm still super happy with that decision to not bring a down jacket. I think that, you know, I've been cold maybe once yesterday when I was a bit wet, you know, not from the jacket not working, but just from seriously heavy rain, very moist atmosphere. So, you know, wet feet tends to make you a little cool. So I was probably a little bit cold yesterday, but I just put the speed on and my body warmed me up straight away. That jacket dries out super quickly, so I am very, very happy that I brought that jacket and do not regret that decision. Despite it weighing almost 400 grams, is definitely the right decision to make for me, not bringing a down jacket and just having a really, really solid rain jacket. In terms of the cooking gear, I wish my pot was a little bigger. 650 mils is a little small sometimes. I wish I could kind of have a little bit more space. Karim, my buddy who I'm hiking with, who I met on maybe day 6 or 7, he lost his pot and he decided to buy the Lichada one, but he got the 850 or 900 mil, and I think I'll probably get that 900 mil one just to have some extra space for cooking. In terms of what I've been eating, probably every second or third day I've been able to have a meal in a restaurant. Right now I'm in a campground. I was able to wash my clothes, have a good night's sleep, have a shower, which was amazing, and wash all my clothes and feel clean again. So I'm super ready to get back on trail once I finish this video. But I've been making lots of lentils, I've been making spaghetti, I've been eating a lot of tuna. I don't usually eat meat, but it's just a lot easier for me to just grab some tuna. and throw it together in a sandwich. I've been bringing like little mayonnaise packets, grabbing them from restaurants. I've been having my standard oats, found some chia seeds, which was awesome. That is basically like, that's going in my oats in the morning, and then also I drink it with water, sometimes a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of honey if I can find it, and that's kind of like my endurance drink, and I drink that throughout the day, as well as trail mix. So food's going really well. My body's doing really well. I feel very strong. I looked at myself in the mirror last night and I think I've actually put on muscle, which I didn't expect. I thought I was going to turn into a twig, but I think my backpack's heavy enough that it's like really demanding a little bit more of me than I thought. And picking up and moving around the backpack and pulling myself up crags along the way and using my upper body has ended up with me putting on a little bit of muscle, which is good. It's nice to see. Couple of little issues with my feet, with my legs rather. I've had to do some foam rolling on my tibialis anterior, which has been very tight, the muscle that runs down the front of my shin. My plantar fascia yesterday I had a screaming pain, like once or twice, just really sharp screaming pain in my plantar fascia on the bottom of my feet. But then I just changed the way I was walking a little bit. I really drove through my heel and make sure I was pressing through my heel rather than flexing through my toes. And I've been doing some dorsiflexion, plantar flexion stretching whilst I'm cooking and stuff to try and loosen up that plantar fascia and prevent that from happening. So that's the gear and the body side of things. In terms of the mind, I had a week alone initially, which was really great. I just went at my own pace. I had plenty of time to sit down and cook and relax and just enjoy the trail. I could stop and take videos and photos whenever I wanted to. Then I met these three really great guys, Dan and Andrew from the UK, and then Kareem from Egypt. And I've been walking with them probably for the last 9 or 10 days. We go at the same pace. We are really similar. Those guys are a bit younger than me. They're around like 25, but I don't know, I like hanging out with younger people. It makes me feel young. It has been really great to hang out with those guys. We have so much in common. I will definitely stay friends with them for life. They have actually left now, which means I'm on my own. I might catch up with them later on, but I do really want to have like at least my last week on my own again, to really kind of solidify the trip, to wrap it up, to really give me some space and time to get back to just being on my own again and really focusing on the filming and focusing on my own trip. I think sometimes when you're hiking with other people, it can you're putting a lot of time and effort into catching up with them and having those conversations, and you do kind of feel lonely when you're not around them. At least I do. But then once you settle into being on your own, you do experience things completely differently. So it's been really nice to be able to experience both of those things and have like a really solid trail fam, sharing everything along the way, sharing their experiences, looking after each other, lending a hand. If I've got a little bit of extra food, they've got something I need, I've got something they need, and it's been so nice to just like create those really solid connections in nature with a shared experience. It's been absolutely beautiful. But I think I'm going to be on my own at least for the last week to 10 days, just because it's super enjoyable. This has just been a phenomenal trip. I'm so glad that I took the time to do this, and I'm so appreciative that I'm able to get out and do this given the current climate in the world that we're living through right now. And I'm fully aware that I'm very privileged to be able to do this when there's so many people stuck at home or not able to go and do this kind of trip for various other reasons. So thank you so much for following along. Thanks for sending inspirational, supportive messages on Instagram. I've really appreciated that. And yeah, I've got another 400 k's to go. I'm looking forward to being able to share with you the film from this trip, the real film, not a vlog, with my follow-up video about all my gear in more detail as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've got some value out of this. That's all for this one. Very basic video, I know, but hopefully some information in there to keep you inspired and informed for the mountains. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you on the summit.